Hello, polyglots. Good afternoon. Okay, there are just 5 things that I would like to talk about that I've called 5 keys for effective language learners. Okay, so one of the things that I want to talk about is objective. Effective language learners, they set objectives, and these objectives have to be smart. When I say smart, I mean they have to be specific. Okay, and when you say specific, it can be a figure. Let's say I can say I want to read 10 books. I want to read 5 books. Okay, this is something that is specific. Okay, and then it has to be measurable. When we say measurable, it's something that we can measure. Let's say we can count that. Okay, have you read 10 books? Yes, I've read them, and then we can count. So it is something that is measurable. We also say it has to be attainable. Okay, when you say attainable, it means it's something that I can achieve. Okay, let's say if I say I want to read 20 books in 5 days, this goal is not attainable. Okay, maybe someone might read 20 books in 20 in 5 days, but it's a very difficult goal to achieve. Okay, so it's not really attainable. Okay, and then we're saying it has to be realistic. Okay, something that is realistic. You don't have to exaggerate. Okay, and then the last one, it has to be time bound. After how many days do you want to achieve this goal? How many days do you want to read a book, or how many days, after how many days do you want to be fluent in this language? Okay, so your goals have to be smart. Okay, and the second thing that effective language learners do is they have a system. So you need to create a system. When you say a system, let's say reading every day. If you say I want to read every day, maybe at 8 o'clock, sometimes you might not set time like exactly this time, because sometimes you might have some things that just come up. So you might not be able to read at 8 o'clock, but you say every day I have to read a newspaper. Every day I have to read 5 pages. Every day I have to write something in English. Okay, so this is a system that you create for yourself. Okay, and then there's a concept that I would like to talk about. I'm not going to explain it in detail, which is called the Pareto System, or it's also called 80/20 rule. Okay, so this one is saying the 20% of the effort that you put will give you 80% of the results. Okay, just the 20% will give you 80% of the results that you need. Okay, so when I say studying every day, it doesn't mean that you spend the whole day reading or spend the whole day writing. Okay, I sometimes say when I was learning French, sometimes I would just start writing. Maybe I imagine I'm writing a letter to my mom and I'm explaining the situation, whatever is happening at that moment. So I just start writing. Okay, even though there is no one who can correct your whatever you're writing, trust me, you will improve. Okay, practice makes perfect. So the more you practice, the more you become perfect. So you just have to write. Okay, no matter, there's no one who is correcting or what, just write. Okay, right. And the next one that I want to talk about is discipline. So effective language learners, they are disciplined. When they say I read 5 pages a day, they make sure they do that. They are really, really disciplined. You get it? If they say I want to watch 5 videos on YouTube, okay, of people who are speaking in English, maybe people from the UK, okay, those are native speakers, they do that. So an effective language learner has to be disciplined. Okay, a promise is a credit. So it's a promise that you have made to yourself, and you have to make sure that you honor that promise. Okay, so it is very important to be disciplined, because sometimes people say I want to do this, but later on they just abandon. Because I know it is difficult, because scientists say that you need 21 days to have a habit. Okay, like let's say you want to read every day. If you do that for 21 days, it will become a habit and you will not struggle to do it. Okay, and one other thing that I want to talk about is that doing a bad habit is very easy. Okay, to start a bad habit is very easy, but to stop it will be very difficult. Also, starting a good habit is very difficult. Okay, right. So if you want to start smoking, it's very easy. You can just start smoking and smoking, today, tomorrow, and then it will become a habit. But then reading, if you also say you want to start reading books, it takes time. because it's a very good habit that will build you and develop your personality and your knowledge. Okay, so you need to make sure that you are disciplined. Okay, and then the other thing that I want to talk about is communication. Effective language learners, they are not afraid of making mistakes. They know that at a certain point they have to start communicating. Okay, so you need to communicate. You need to communicate. Some people might say, I don't have people that I can speak to in English. If you want to practice, you can do that. You can do it by yourself, actually. I do that sometimes. I have a mirror and I start talking to myself. Any language that I'm learning. If I'm learning like Spanish now, because I'm learning Portuguese, so I speak to myself in Portuguese. Which sounds, sometimes it feels, like you're crazy, but actually, language learners, that's how they are. They are not shy. They can practice. Okay, if you find someone who speaks English, grab the opportunity and start speaking to the person in English. Okay, you can also speak to yourself in the bathroom. Okay, they call it the bathroom technique. I also do that when I'm taking shower. I'm talking to myself before I go out there. I just think of any topic. Okay, then I start talking about that topic. That's how you improve. This is about your improvement. This is about your progress. So you have to make sure that you take it seriously. And the last thing that I want to talk about is patience. So language learners are really patient. They are patient. They do not expect results in a very short period of time. Like in after a week, you already expect results. Language learning, we said, is a lifetime thing. Last time we talked about the Kaizen, the concept introduced by the Japanese in 1962 at Toyota. They know that you improve every day. Okay, learning is a process. You can never stop to learn anything. Okay, if you're learning a language or anything, you keep on learning every day. So it is important to be patient. You make mistakes. Sometimes, in language learners, they're patient because sometimes you learn something. Like today I learned some words, tomorrow I forget them, totally forget them. I have to deal with that. You have to know that sometimes it is normal to forget words. You're not a machine, you're just a human being with a brain that forget sometimes. So you forget and you have to, we talked about repetition. Well, I've forgotten really the word, but like you have to repeat something every time so that it sticks to the subconscious mind. Okay, so you need to repeat, repeat, repeat. If you learn new words, you can write them on flashcards. After that, you can see them every day, and then that's how they'll go to the long-term memory, which is the subconscious mind. Okay, so thank you so much for watching. I just thought maybe these tips will help someone, okay, to improve. So make sure that you do something. This is about your life, so take it seriously. You don't need someone to push you to learn anything. Okay, make sure that you do something so that you can improve. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and we'll meet next time. Muchas gracias. Peace.